Well, when you look at African American art in the 20th century, there's certainly some iconic artists. And so Jacob Lawrence is one. I mean, Jacob's done a lot of work. He did a couple of migration series that are in the hands of a couple of museums. I know Museum of Modern Art's one of those. And so seeing those epic works that these artists have done is important. Romar Bearden is another. He's got works, lived a long time, work developed over his lifetime, as it does for most artists. Another artist that was important in the development of 20th century art would be William H. Johnson. And he's an artist who, for a lot of reasons, much of his work is owned by the federal government, actually the National Gallery. And they mounted a big show 20 years ago of his work, and so getting that catalog, but his work shows up in places. He's among the most important 20th century African American artists. And then you've got other artists that are still living, who were a generation behind them. Sam Gillum, who's a great artist out of Washington. In fact, his piece is on the wall behind us. And we've got a number of works by Sam, and Sam was very helpful to us when we were first getting started about 25 years, 30 years ago.
Shakaya Booker, who works with tires and how she repurposes them to create these wonderful sculptures. So I'd say those are kind of on my hit
there are
list.
quite a few. I mean, we are friends with a number of artists. The friendships have developed over time. So Lyle Ashton Harris is a photographer. Fred Wilson is a great artist. He's represented the United States at the Venice Biennial, which is a very important international show that takes place. Fred's partner is another great artist, and he's in our collection as well, Whitfield Lavelle. And Whitfield is a MacArthur Genius recipient. Another artist who's a MacArthur is Carrie Mae Weems, and we have work by Carrie Mae as well. So she's a photographer too. Whitfield is more sculptural stuff, and Fred does everything.
And Huey Lee Smith, love his work. He's now deceased, but produced in the starting in the 50s. All the way through the 80s. Is another artist that I would recommend people give some consideration to. And we mentioned Romar Bearden as another that I would think about. And Betty Saar, who I love her collages. So, and her daughters are wonderful artists. We don't have them in our collection, but we are always, Allison Saar, but we're always in the process of trying to have a hit list and just methodically going through that list, and when works present themselves, to take advantage to pursue them.